Now, third video of the day. Let's finish the day real good. Did the videos on Tuesday about gods and theologies, right? Burp, excuse me. So this will be the video furthering the theology conversation about what I talked about on the Tuesday's videos, part 1 and 2. This will kind of be like a part 3, 2 parts 1 and 2 with religion, the religion in the realm of Millenia. But since it's a Thea's or Thursday, I'm going to talk about a particular character in regards to the theology and religions and the realm of Millenia. Hope that made sense. Now, time for the intro. Well, welcome to the realm of Millenia. Be ye a man, a woman, a child, a spirit, a creature, or a demon. Be ye a native migrator, or maybe even just an invader into the realm of Millenia. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millenia Mailman, here today, bringing you guys and gals all the dits and diddles, all the information of the realm of Millenia here to you, as I will be world building for you long after you have already begun to acclimate and fit in. So go ahead, sit back, relax, and please do enjoy this Theater Thursday, right? Where this particular religious aspect of a character I'm going to talk about has those things that were brought up in part 1 and 2 for the religious nature in the realm of Millenia episodes, where in those videos I talked about how the 3 aspects that make up probably every version of God here in the real world, the almighty, omnipresence, omnipotent, all-knowing, where the power, the presence, and the knowing make up like the 3 aspects of every God. Every God being worshipped has power, it has the knowledge, and the like omnipresent nature in it of itself, like with certain depictions of the Buddha or Hindu religions, is this really big concept of like the multi-arm, right? The 1,000-armed Buddha is more associated with time than it is anything else, where outsiders to the religion are just going to view it as, oh my gosh, she has so many arms, oh my gosh, that's such a powerful ability, or whatever that deity or god has. Don't be an ignorant thing that deserves to be punched in the face. Please do not disrespect it. It is more associated with time, right? Where if, as we look into like the Doctor Strange-esque idea of how he is looking into multiple futures simultaneously, considering all the outcomes as they could possibly be. He just looks like he's having Tourette's and seizing out while he's using the time stone and whatnot. The whole aspect of the 1,000-armed Buddha is that there are a myriad of possibilities, right? And as you go through that 1,000 possibilities and of different timelines, right, those thousands of possibilities roll out to the Buddha, who's sitting still and being calm, is 1,000 arms of the Buddha outreaching to bring those and coalesce them together into the idea of peace in the present. The Buddha is outreaching their arm to grasp and show and disclose what is necessary to be done to bring everything back to the moment of peace in the present, right? So the Buddha is all about peace and how you can be calm and peaceful, which is why you have the big Buddha statue. The hands are always interlocked and brought together in a moment of calmness and serenity, right? But the 1,000-armed Buddha shows not only the arms brought in serenity, but also the arms like the Roman diagram of the human body. Just multiple arms, multiple positions, outstretched, doing all the things, right? Arms are outstretched, doing everything, because it's more of a necessity, right? Where the main body of the Buddha is doing the calm, peaceful thing, because that's what the present is. But because the Buddha abilities are associated with time and time again, there are necessary things that must be done. Hand of God, right? Just moving around in the circle around him. That's the Buddha's like time associated thing of what must be done. God's end has to come to particular points in time, right? Those are alternate timelines coalescing into one, all about the peace. They have dance routines showing in many ways that very same thing in Hindu religions and Indian cultures as well. But point still stands. It's a time thing. It's not a power thing. It's not a necessarily an omnipresent or all-knowing thing. It's an association with time and just the way the three-dimensional creature of humanity perceives the three-dimensional of space. It's hard to really show time in this three-dimensional manner, so you give it multiple arms in order to better like visually grasp what is going on. It's multiple times in one specific instance, which is giving you the quote-unquote illusion of 1,000 arms on the one Buddha. It's when in reality the one Buddha still only has 2 hands. They're not Octomom all of a sudden. The Buddha only has 2 hands, but because the layering of time again smacked onto each other makes it give it an illusion of multiple arms, multiple heads, and other depictions of the Ashura and such and so forth. It's time, right? The Ashura is scary, the god of war, but no, it's 3 heads, 6 arms. It's a aspect of layered time and space and all that. But here nor there, don't want to get too far into that. The actual character in relation to that is a character I have. Nemesis of Time is one of them, but that's more of a main series character. I have other characters with that same similar fashion and aspect about how much of a punishment it is to have the power of gods as a mortal human being, right? Because everyone in the Realm of Millenia basically has a power, basically has a status panel, basically is super powered, super awesome, like the anime version of My Hero Academia, where it's only like 10 to 30% of I think it was only like 10% of the population is unawakened, right? So we have a very similar thing going on here in the Realm of Millenia, where everyone's got a power, and once everyone has a power, no one's really special for it. When everyone is super, no one will be, right? And it's a very big thing for the mortals as opposed to the immortals and the true celestial beings. It's very big. It's basically when a normal person gets the powers of gods, it is considered forbidden powers, a forbidden spell, a forbidden jutsu, if you will. It's a forbidden art. It's a forbidden practice, because the actual practicee is going to be undergoing suffrage, not because the powers of that person is going to hurt, not even because many millions of people could be hurt from the person using the ability. No, it's because the person themselves get hurt and perverted and corrupted and destroyed through the usage of these powers. Right? Now, give a normal human being the power to control and wield time to the point they in their own minds can only perceive themselves as in multiple places at the same time. Right? Give a normal human being the ability to jump through time and be in multiple places at the same time. It's going to destroy them mentally. Okay? Because the human brain and everything can only hold and sustain so much before it starts tearing itself apart. Hashtag dementia and Alzheimer's. Right? The human brain can only handle and contain so much information at one time. Meaning, after you break through that membrane of how much you can hold in your mind, for your body's own safety, your mind is going to start deleting things. And when you realize things are being deleted, it's going to tear you to bits. You'll start acting wild, acting crazy, and acting like you have dementia and Alzheimer's, right? That's a very big thing in the real world. Old people are getting dementia and Alzheimer's, and it is such a relief when certain medicines and certain therapeutic treatments can allow them to hold on to their memories a little longer, right? But something that is never fully addressed is some people are like super smart and their mind can allow them to hold on to more information than, say, like your regular person can hold on to. All right, that's a benefit of IQ. You can hold on to more information when you are smarter IQ and smarter intelligence and this and that, and your intellectual capacity is bigger than others. But what about those with a smaller intellectual capacity, right? What about those with an average intellectual capacity? No one's doing studies to figure out what happens to those people with a quote-unquote subpar capacity when they try to surpass that. And we already have a few selective results. When people try to go past their limits and their capacities, they get violent, they get depressive, they get many, many things, right? People have been taking Adderall and other focus drugs and other this and that's in order to cope with being able to maybe pass a class and make it through college. There have been court cases and Congress and this and that and board meetings about people getting caught taking drugs to pass a test, being caught trying to get through Staten, Preston, Harvard, and all the other colleges as well, because they just needed a little extra in order to grasp it so they could pass, right? And then a couple months later, they get asked the similar questions like, you know what? I actually don't know. I don't remember. I can't even tell you when I forgot that, but I kind of remember that. But be honest with you, I don't remember. I don't. Some people are okay with that. Other people, when they realize they forgot something that might be considered major, are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my. They lose their minds, right? And that is a really real thing. Now, I'm not saying I digress because that was really on topic. But now, once you put that normal mortal in the realm of Millenia and give him a power that has been labeled a forbidden ability, what is a normal mortal with the power and a session of time going to do? Right? They can only hold so much information in their mind or in their brains. But what happens when they start going, spring cleaning? They clear out all the cookies, they clear out the cache to their brain in order to fit a little more information in that brain, just like a smidgen. This is like, just insert a little bit. It's like, I'm trying to learn how to be a store manager here in the realm of Millenia, but it just won't fit in my brain, right? It's in one ear and out the other. Why is he doing that? He's just not He just can't do it. Why do these people of high status and high powers never seem to be capable of doing these lower tier tasks? Is it really that hard? It's not, but for them, it might as well be, because they have so many other things they have to keep stored up in their brain. They can't risk knowing all the intricacies of these lower tier tasks. Because the higher priority stuff is taking that space up. Gosh forbid those higher tier tasks get put on the route for delete. Control Alt Delete, right? We don't want to delete any of that information. Otherwise, we'll have to re-educate them on those higher tier stuffs. We can't have that. We can't have that, right? It's a very grave punishment to have the powers of God, because the side effects is really major. Give a regular mortal the ability to control and wield time, and watch they themselves get torn to sunder trying to change things to be perfect time and time again, right? It will ruin them, and no one ever talks about that. Rather, blatant in-your-face side effect, right? Alzheimer's and dementia, as far as my personal understanding of it, and what I dare delve into putting into the Realm of Millenia, is a very big aspect of loss of memory, right? And the rationale between why these people with Alzheimer's and dementia are losing their memory, naturally some of it is mystical and magical. The other half is really biological and scientific, saying that, hey, if we treat humans like the machines and the technology we have been learning and advancing to get, this memory chip only has about 20 megabytes of RAM on it, and a capacity of, come on, bro, let's understand what we're doing here. If you want to put more information on this thing, you have to get rid of some or all of the other stuff, right? Sure, you can make a bigger chip, but this device only has this one, which would then yet again mandate that you copy paste it onto that one, or, I don't know, replace this one. You have to get rid of it, right? And the way the human body does that is delete, 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 archive, 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 delete, 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 archive, 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 delete, 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 right? It'll do like a photocopy memory, like, okay, that's all the data, click. Delete all that stuff because we have a Polaroid of that stuff now. Thrown. Throw that Polaroid in the back corner somewhere. Right? We have nothing else to say to you. Click, 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 click. Delete, delete, delete. Archive, 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 archive. Delete, 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 delete. That is dementia and Alzheimer's in the Realm of Millenia. Right? And that might be how it works in the real world, but we don't have anyone doing the test to confirm that. Right? So there is something to be said about that theory and rule, but it is one of the reasons why the powers of gods, be it the power to do any and everything, be it the power to be anywhere and everywhere at the same time, or the power to have a surplus amount of knowledge, any particular power that gives you the ability to access one of these three aspects of gods is what makes those powers to be out, makes those powers to be under the category of forbidden arts, forbidden techniques, and forbidden. Not because it hurts the entire world and the universe, no. But because those abilities in and of themselves would be utter torture for the actual person wielding them, right? So again, when I have characters that have those powers and they get labeled cursed, it's not because they themselves are evil or the powers themselves are evil. It's because the combination of you having that power are going to be corrupted, hurt, and depressed and sad that you have those powers, right? Someone who can do anything and everything in all of existence is going to be limited by the fact that they can't be called a god because they don't have all the knowledge and all the space and room ability to do all of those things, right? There's going to be a certain limitation. Like, I want the power to do anything and everything I want. Good. I want to protect these. I want to be sure of this and do sure of that. Awesome. But at the same time, so long as you have almighty power, but you don't have the knowledge and you don't have the presence to be guarantee that you're going to use those almighty power perfectly, you're going to come to regret a lot of things that you did with that almighty power. Let's be honest here. If Bruce Almighty was any early on exposure, there's a lot wrong you can do with the power to do any and everything. There's a lot, okay? There's a lot you could do wrong with the power to be anywhere and everywhere at the same time. That omnipresence. Hashtag clones, right? If there aren't subset restrictions to your ability, you can just infinite copy yourself, or you can infinitely know all the knowledge of those clones, but those clones aren't any more stronger or powerful than you are. You don't really have the almighty aspect, and you don't have the all knowledge, the all knowing aspect either, unless you could just like telekinetically just instantly know anything and everything your clone's enduring. But that still only gives you 2 part of the way to the 3 things that you would need to be considered like a real deity, a real god that's not just an idol, right? A regular mortal is going to be limited by their literal strength, which means that they're not almighty. A regular mortal is going to have a limit to their capacity of knowledge, right? So that makes them only omnipresent, which is going to be a real suffrage at a certain point unless they don't have ambitions. If a person without ambitions has the ability to be omnipresent, cool. They'll be able to live life and live happily. But if anyone with ambition to do something is omnipresent, they're going to be screwed over and hate a lot of themselves and hate a lot of the life they're living because, oh boy, right? And there are plenty of characters that go down that Realm of Millenia aspect of, darn, this sucks, right? That's why it's a forbidden ability. That's why it's forbidden. And then there's the final one of all-knowing, right? And if you're a mortal who is and happens to be all-knowing, you see the future, you see the past, and you see the present exactly for how it is and what it is. It's great that you know everything. But let's just understand, if you can't move through time like the other deities can, if you can't be anywhere and everywhere in order to do something about any and everything all at the same time on your own, and you have to kind of like rely on other people, which would mean disclosing the knowledge of all of it to other people, well, once everyone knows the truth, nothing you know is special. Wait, but at the same time, if everyone knows the future, knows the past, knows the present for how it is and where it is and why it is, guess what everyone is going to do? They're going to be doing things that would change the future, meaning the things you know as a mortal, the all-knowing that you know is made mute, forced to change. So do you know anything of the future? Oh, interesting. Or did you lie to them to ensure all your knowledge of the future would be true? Questions. Right. Okay. Right, well, but you're all-knowing. No. I'll just leave it like that. Right? That's how religion works in the Realm of Millenia, because those 3 aspects that make up generally any and every god believed with believers and followers here on the earthen realm in the Milky Way galaxy right? Those are the aspects that make up all the gods in the real world. So implementing those religious concepts and ideals into the realm of Millenia, right? It's like those are forbidden powers associated with the gods because since we are mortal, there's a limiting cutoff aspect. No matter what you do as a mortal, there's a really big cutoff that really makes it a human limitation, right? And that's why everyone's a cultivator. We gotta ascend to godhood and then use the powers. In order to be worthy of those godly powers, we have to ascend to godhood to make it make sense, you know? And people don't understand that, right? People just take that really big, really important thing for granted, which is insane. Cut off that off. Sound of the car engine going on is annoying me. Plus, I'm gonna go inside shortly here. People don't understand that. So, I work that into the realm of Millenia, and that is how religions work in the realm of Millenia. That is why a lot of the quote-unquote overpowered abilities are shunned from being used. Shunned from the public space of the mortal realm, right? It's like, no. No. Right? Because, hey man, you can't do that. Much less about what you're going to do to me with all those abilities. The consequences of you even using and doing those abilities is going to ruin you. Right? Like, you knew that you was about to get bullied by me this Tuesday. But you also know that if you dare not let me bully you, I'm going to abuse and commit a mass genocide across, I don't know, all of the Midwest over there. I'm going to take over all of the European nations and commit genocide to compensate the fact that I have a small mustache. I'm going to conquer each and every one of this particular religion I hate because you refuse to let me bully you. That's right, you're gonna let me bully you on next Tuesday, and you're gonna freaking like it. Right? It's just for example, right? Just for example. I don't believe those things are true. I don't think those things happen that way. But I'm just saying, put it in perspective. A mortal with the power of gods is going to be ruined by that. The more you know. So, yes, it happens. It happens often. It happens all the time. But a lot of those people compensate for the threat. They gots to. It's like, oh, he's awakened one of the forbidden godly powers. Yeah, we'll set you up with enough money, more money than you can spend in this lifetime. Okay, we're gonna do that for you, just to convince you to leave, not ever interfere with anything we got going on. Oh, you have the power to obliterate this entire planet and the next 5 around you? Good. We're compensating you with $5 trillion, which in other terms is going to be holding you exempt from paying taxes. In addition to in addition to that, we're going to also for the next 15 years give you 5% of the planet's GDP. Every nation is going to pay you a 15% tax. Okay? so I don't have to do... No. Just don't do anything ever. Yeah, just be a lazy bastard for the whole entire length of your existence. Yeah, it'll get you bullied in the short term by the young generation that doesn't know anything, but understand, we're paying you 15% of all money ever earned on the planet for the next 15 years. In addition to a big old lump sum right now. We're just going to sequelae that, okay? Right? That right? Oh, you have the ability to be anywhere and everywhere at the same time at all times. Cool. Don't ever tell anyone anything and we'll give you the same deal we gave him. Fantastica. Oh, you know the future, you know the present, you know anything and everything at all times? Cool. Never tell anyone that. And guess what? We'll give you double what they have combined to shut the fuck up. Or, you know what? Exile yourself. Okay? Exile yourself and never return. Oh, you're just not going to listen? We're going to have a bounty on your flicking skull for all of eternity if that's not a good enough deal for you. Okay? You are now exiled. How about that? That's gosh darn right. Never tell anyone that ever. Right? That's how it works in the Realm of Millenia. Because the power of gods in the mortal human beings is a big no-no. Big no-no. It's not okay. Not even just for us. It's not okay for you. And in order to fix that, they take it really seriously. That, hey, we have to protect you. For our own safety, we're here to protect you and support you in anything and everything you do, whether it's good or bad. We will very much support and protect you through it, because we don't like that. We don't like that. We just don't. So it's going to happen before, it's going to happen again. It's happening rather regularly. Anyway, so it's what... Here, there, anywhere for everyone, McGuckin Goods. So, yeah, I feel like I'm about to start digressing, so I'm going to cut it off there and get the hell inside for lunchtime. But yes, like the video if you liked anything I had to say or what I had to talk about or how I talked about it. Go ahead and like the video for that. By all means, comment down in the comment section down below any questions, comments, concerns you might have with my depiction or how I spoke about things in regards to the book or not so in regards to the book. Comment, share for more exposure. Share the video for more exposure through all your contexts, through all your TikToks, through however you feel like sharing and exposing it. And by all means, subscribe if you feel like, and dislike the video if you don't like the video. That is the only way I'll have to really garnish of what I would consider an accurate depiction of how my content is doing. Dislike the video. Truly dislike the video. And by all means, GoFundMe in the comment section. GoFundMe in the description docs down below. GoFundMe is down there for you to put your money where your mouth is, and having me guarantee that I'll take your comment seriously, equally or slightly above anyone just sending me an email at millenniummailman.com. I check that 2 times a week, and I respond to any and everyone leaving a message in that email box. I'll probably be looking at it a bit more frequently than that, should the time ever arise that it's much less bone dry as it is right now. But yes, and most of those things that I get on those emails get thrown in a Millennium Mailman Monday video. But hey, that is just me. You're a Millennium Mailman. I hope you do enjoy and get peace, love, and the happiness every day you do and don't watch my video. Peace. Goodbye.